up, y'all? I'm Sable Danielle, a human design coach and sound healer, and I'm here to remind y'all what human design is before I start my new series, The Human Design Profile, where we'll talk about what profile is, the different lines that make up the profile, as well as the different profiles, the traits. Stop. Why are you doing that? The different lines that make up the profile, why that's important. Hey, can you guys relax? Why that's important and how that impacts you. But before we dive into that series and start that series, I just want to remind everyone kind of what human design is, why I'm talking about it, why it's important, why I'm even here. So I've always loved astrology. And first and foremost, I'm Sable Danielle, if you didn't know. I'm a human design coach and sound healer, and I love an intentional journey. I love self-reflection. I love living a growth journey and evolving and wanting to be the best version of myself. I love learning about myself. I love understanding myself because it makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel more confident. It makes me feel more seen. It makes me understand myself better and take risks and try things and believe that I'm the limitless being because I am. And so I was in a really low space before I started this, and I didn't feel like there was a safe space for people to like feel heard or recognize that we all go through these things where sometimes we feel low, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're ending a shitty relationship or a job, or our life is just changing, or maybe we just don't know. I just don't feel fulfilled or joyful all the time. I don't feel understood. I feel like the black sheep. Like, all of these things are normal. And so I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to make sure people know that. I want to make sure people know that they're not alone on those journeys. And so here I am creating a safe space because I didn't feel like there was one there. And I've always loved astrology. However, I felt like after a certain amount of time on this journey, I felt like I wasn't getting what I really truly wanted to know. I was still feeling like unseen, unappreciated. Like those were the themes in my life. I was constantly feeling like I was yearning to feel valued in the spaces I was showing up in. I was constantly feeling like people didn't understand me, or like I was really hesitant to speak and socially awkward. And like once I started breaking down my human design, and once human design found me, all of that made a lot of sense. And so, like, I don't know, it was just an epiphany, essentially. Once I started reading about human design and I found out my energy type was a projector, it was like aha moment after aha moment after aha moment. And honestly, it was a really beautiful thing to see. But hold on. If you don't know your energy type, I do invite you right now to pause this video, go to my website, sabledanielle.com/getmychart to determine what your energy type is, and then come back over here so you can hear me yap about human design and you won't be that confused. So with human design, there are different energy types, and what I found out about my energy type is that I yearn to feel seen. I yearn to feel valued just naturally. That's a reoccurring theme for projectors. So that was the number one thing. But overall, it like helped me understand my patterns, find my voice in a way that made sense, and I didn't feel so confusing to myself anymore. So let's dive into exactly like what human design is, the 5 different energy types and their roles. The major key terms you'll hear me say was strategy, authority, and not self-emotion. And yeah, so human design is my favorite self-discovery tool. It's a self-awareness tool. It's made up of the Kabbalah, the chakra systems, quantum physics, genetics, and astrology. The planets are a huge part of human design. So you definitely need your birth time, your birth location, and your date of birth to figure out your energy type. But human design is like a personal roadmap or guidebook to help you understand how you should make decisions, what's the best way for you to make decisions, what's the best way for you to utilize and exchange your energy, what your purpose is, navigate your relationships, how to improve your communication, how to manage and avoid burnout. Like, there are so many great things that you can get from human design. But there are 5 types And the 5 types, well, actually, before I go into the 5 types, so there are 5 types, but you'll also hear me say strategy, authority, and not self-emotion. And so your strategy is how you're meant to utilize and exchange your energy throughout the day and throughout life. Your authority is how you're meant to make decisions. And your not self-emotion is what you feel when you're not honoring your human design. You're not honoring yourself. So now to the 5 energy types. We have generators, who are the worker bees, the builders. They're meant to respond, build, bring joy, energy, and life into the things that they love. They have an inexhaustible battery pack through their sacral center, which is defined, aka it's colored in. So you guys can utilize your energy from day up to day down without feeling like you need to take a break. The only thing is that if you feel frustrated and irritated throughout the process, then you know that you're utilizing your energy in ways that are not aligned with you and who you truly are. If you feel joyful, excited, energized, then you know that you are doing things that are aligned with you, and that's how you're utilizing your energy. Your strategy is to wait to respond, and your authority usually is sacral or emotional, and your not self theme is frustration. So when you're not honoring who you are, you can be frustrated. Generators, you have this bright, like bubbly, fun, but also kind of workaholic energy sometimes. You're here to master and perfect what you are putting your energy into. You have sustainable energy to do that. And so then we have projectors.